It's free.
Coffee.
It's nice.
Free coffee.
Take cream and sugar?
No sugar, just cream.
There you go, and thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate that.
When I was growing up here, I mean, there were just a few places that, you know, you were told to avoid as a kid.
These are gang symbols. Someone really hates the peace people, so watch out, P6.
My name is John Ossowski, born and raised and educated here in Utica, New York. I have lived in different places. I moved away for a while, but I keep coming back. You know, I don't think this was ever more than a working class, middle class neighborhood, but it was always well kept. It was always modest and clean. You had a sense that people actually cared about this place and they cared about each other and they were invested in living here. And then over time, that house is falling apart now. Doesn't anyone live there anymore? Or the roof is caving in just down the street. Is anyone doing anything about that? And then you'd come back for Christmas or you'd come back for the Boilermaker and you'd notice that there was a condemned sign on the front of the house. You know, things like that would start to happen, and then there's an empty lot there. I think being away, it's like a fast forward of that slow and steady decline. And I just started to notice around this neighborhood there weren't any places that people could really meet, gather, get to know each other. Poof, everything just sort of came together out of that. JoeCart comes from the name of coffee, Joe, and play on the words go-kart, because there's a cart on the back of the bike. And I think it all started, I mean, I'm sort of a bike fanatic and a community development fanatic, and I think that those two things can go together.
We treat public safety like a police issue. You know, you've got to have an armadillo truck with video cameras and, you know, turn the neighborhood into, you know, East Germany circa 1984, you know, and that's the way to, you know, that's treating a symptom, really.
What if we just had a cafe that rolled in, sat there for a while, and, you know, people can come out of their house, it's right in front of them, and, you know, puts eyes on the street, gives people something to look forward to, maybe new friendships start from that.
This is supposed to be like a demonstration project in some ways of it. You know, this is not a $60,000 armored vehicle. This is $150, unemployed, recent graduate with, you know, tons of student loans, doing something that's a little, you know, out of the ordinary. So off we go.
Some dude up in Pulaski, New York, at a farm and had this bicycle cart for $20. And then after that, it was just like, well, you know, we've got this leftover wood from another project. Went to a thrift store and I found an old, a kid's lemonade stand. That's what the awning came from. I thought of, well, you know, this would be a community service because a lot of people, they can't afford, you know, even spending $1 or $2 on a cup of coffee. In this neighborhood, there are people that can't even do that. And I don't think that that should be the thing that, you know, money shouldn't be the thing that excludes people from connecting with one another. So I made it as cheap as possible for a sponsor to be able to provide the goodies.
To sponsor the JoeCart, you basically need to provide the coffee from Utica Coffee Roasting. It's really that simple. You can probably do the JoeCart for under $20 easy.
I don't think people knew what to think of it at first. I mean, you're going to give me free coffee, so you must want something. You're either going to try to sell me a used Ford, Jesus, you know, what are you trying to sell me here? And I'm like, no, really, it's just free coffee. Here's some information about the neighborhood. How you doing today?
You take cream and sugar?
I want the people and their conversations to be the center of attention.
Hey, Kisha, nice boots. Thank you.
Come from Utica Coffee Roasting. It's all local here today.
Because that's what this is supposed to provide. It's the infrastructure to have those conversations.
All right, we'll see you again.
Those little flyers I showed you, that West Utica Voice, is supposed to be responding to that. It's got contact information in there for different nonprofits or even for myself. You know, if there's something that's a pressing need, or you know, that people need to be connected to, I'd love there to be like a directory in the back of that says, you know, if you need to talk to the police, or if you need to talk to your legislator or council person, you know, this is who you call. So yeah, there's that back and forth over the coffee cart that could happen.
Perfect.
Perfect.
It couldn't be any
Absolutely
better.
perfect. So the Arts West Alliance West Utica Concerned Citizens meeting will be December.
Maybe it's a token gesture, but I can't think of it that way. I think of it as the beginning of something. You got to plant these seeds and create a brand new way to kind of, you know, crack the really tough nut that we have in terms of our neighborhood life, our culture here, our economy, and its stagnation.
Like, why does success have to look like a McMansion and a 3-car garage and a pool? I mean, why can't it look like safe, healthy, happy, comfortable dwelling?